Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Teresa Lava and today I will be talking to you about three types of men and three types of women you should marry. Some might be wondering why three types. To be honest with you, there are thousands and thousands of qualities out there and thousands of things people will look for in a man and a woman. I remember a couple of times when I talk to people and I'm asking them, what kind of man do you want to marry? Especially to ladies, what kind of things are you looking for? I'll get people telling me I want someone taller than me, someone who is a bit more mature than me. People give you all sort of qualities, someone with six pack. There's some kind of qualities that people give to you when they're looking for a man. And mainly, basically, a physical attraction that people are looking for in marriage. But one thing you should realize, marriage, when you marry somebody for a while, after a while, you don't even see the physical attraction anymore. There are things you need that helps you in marriage and helps you reduce stress in marriage. Every marriage goes through turbulence. Every marriage goes through their own challenges. Every marriage goes through their own stress. But there are things that helps you to minimize all those things in marriage. Number one, man or kind of woman, I would tell somebody, I will encourage somebody to marry is someone, I would say, a God-fearing man. Someone like, oh really? Is that all? Just a God-fearing man? Yes, a God-fearing man. You see, I'm not that old, like you can see, but one of the benefits and one of the advantages I believe God has given me is I have grown-up friends. So most of my friends, I barely have friends that are my age mates. Most of my friends are far older than me. People's in their 50s, people is in their 40s, late 40s. So that's the advantage I have because I'm able to relate to them. I'm able to see so many things. And funny enough, I don't know why, sometimes they come to me and they talk to me about their marital challenges, about their things, and we talk through it together and we look at it together. The one thing I've come to realize, you need a God-fearing man or a God-fearing. It should be number one quality you're looking for before you look at the physical attraction to the person, because you're not the only one looking at the physical attraction to that person. You need a God-fearing man or a God-fearing woman. I'm sure when we're growing up, our parents tell us, or what we hear on media, that to keep a man, a way to a man's heart is true food, is true sex. That when you give the man good sex, when you give him good food, you keep the man. But haven't you seen statistics has shown us that good food and good sex doesn't only keep a man. The only thing that keeps a man in marriage is the fear of God. I mean, when it comes to good food, I can use a friend of mine as an example. I have a friend, a very good friend of mine. I'll call her more like a sister now because we've been friends for over 15 years. She's far older than me, like I said. Most of my friends are older than me. We've been friends for a very long time. She's more like a sister to me now because we've been friends. We've done so many. Even in fact, our first born was born right in my hand in the hospital. Through all the labor, we were there together. I called the ambulance when she went into the labor, went to the hospital. When she was going through the labor and she would hold my hand and would pinch me. I remember when she was about to have the baby, she grabbed me on my tummy and she pinched me and I screamed as if I was in labor. I said, please let go of my tummy, let go of my tummy, let go of me. It's painful. That's how much close we are to each other. She's older than me. So this is someone I will say, if I use a marriage as an example, this is somebody who will give the husband good food. In fact, when I go to a house is more than a restaurant. There's always food. For me, when I was a single person, I'm always itching to go to a house. I spend some time there in a house, actually as a student. You know what it's like, students, when you don't have money and you need food. There's always food, assorted food. There's always something. Even when I get there late and there's nothing, she can put things together in 10 minutes. Oh, Therese, wait, I've got this, I've got stew here, nice food, exotic food, different food. So food to her husband, it's not a problem. The man has no problem. Even while they were dating, I remember we used to go out together, me and her, we go to the market to shop together. She will shop, she will food. So food-wise, she doesn't have a problem. She's a good cook. One of the best cook I've ever seen. Even as a married person, sometimes I still ask her to cook for me. Sometimes I'll tell her, you know what, please, I need this food. I like this, your spinach. Can you make this for me? And she still cook for me. As a married woman, that's how good she is at cooking. So cooking, it's not a problem for her. So when it comes about sex, this girl that I know, sex is not a problem. She's always ready. That's how close I am to her. She's always ready. She's always available. That's why the children she's have. She's always ready. It's something she wants. So giving her husband a good sex, it's not a problem. So when you're talking about shape, the body shape, oh, come on, man. She's got it. You're talking about the Coca-Cola shape everybody is looking for, the curve. She's got it, man. She's got everything you can think of in a wife or in a woman that makes you attractive to a man. When you talk about the cleanliness of the house, my goodness, this girl, she's so clean. Sometimes I wonder, hey, but this house, I remember when I was single, she's one of my role model. She's one person I admire. The way she tidy up at home, the way she set the children in order, I wonder, you're such a superwoman. How do you do it? A house is clean in dressing. Oh, she's a top, man, in dressing. She is top. This girl is beautiful. When it talks about beauty, she is beautiful. If a woman is telling another woman that you're beautiful, then they're really beautiful. She's beautiful. I just want to say, how do you keep yourself? After all these children you've had, how do you still manage to keep yourself together in shape? So she has the qualities they tell us as a woman when we're growing up, that this is what you need to keep a man. She has those qualities. She's hardworking. But one day, unfortunately, her husband walked away with another woman and got married and have another children. Till today, we don't have an explanation for it. We've talked about it. We sat and we look at it through and things like that. We have no explanation for that. So when you're talking about give man good sex, give man good food, they're all good. And as a woman, there are things you need to have in your house. You need to have in your marriage: cleanliness, tidiness, and all those things. They are all good qualities you need to have. But what keeps a man zip up is a fear of God. It's that fear of God when you are not there. When it's at work, is with another woman, is seeing his ex, is seeing his friend, is mingling with people in a place where you can't see him, when he travel, when he can do things that you can't even trace back. It's a fear of God that keeps that man that say, no, I've taken my wife to the altar and I promise God that I am going to stay till death do us part. No matter what, I will keep my zip up. It's a fear of God. That's why it's very important when you're looking for a man, in addition to all these physical qualities. I want him to be tall, I want him to be rich, I want him to have an education, to have a master's, to have a job. It's all good. But all these things will only keep you to some extent. What makes a man faithful is the fear of God. But there's difference in having a good man and having a faithful man. A man could be good. He buy you a car. A man could be good. He buy you flowers. A man could be good. He puts money in your account. A man could be good. He bought a house for you. A man could be good. Like he clean up the house, he wash up the dishes, he's always there. When you're cooking, he's there cutting the onions, he's always checking you, baby, are you okay? Sending you text message, I love you. A man is good, you get the children ready, dress them up, send them to school, over the house, that you barely do something in the house. The man can be good. But one day, when you find out that the man has a girlfriend, a sidey somewhere, then it shows that the man is not faithful. So you might have a good man, but is that man faithful to you? So what makes a man faithful or a woman faithful to you is the fear of God. So that's why when you're choosing at the beginning, choose a man in addition to all the qualities a person has that makes it attractive. Choose a man with a fear of God. So second one I'm going to talk about, a man who respects his parents. So the Bible says children. So when I'm talking about children, even a man or a woman, because we all have parents. Someone has given birth to us. Even if you're a parent, if you're an orphan, someone has brought you up. Someone has been a parent in your life who has guided you through. It could have been an auntie. It could have been a friend's mother. It could have been a neighbor. Somebody has been there that has been a blessing to you, or that has been like a parent figure in your life. So it could be that person. It doesn't have to be a biological parent. But the Bible is saying, the Bible says, children, obey your parents in the Lord. It could be biological. It could be non-biological. Obey them in the Lord. It says, for this is right. What does it mean to be right? It means to be good. It means this is correct. It means this is the way we do things. It means this is a fact. It means this is what we should do. It means this is good. It said, this is right. Obey your parents in the Lord. For this is right. And when you continue, it says, Honor your mother and your father. So this is a command with promise. And why did it say? It says so that your days may be long. So let's go back to honor your parent. It's like in the Lord. So it means honoring your parents naturally, it doesn't come natural or might not come natural. And we all know when we are all growing up, when we become teenagers or early 20s, we think we know more than our parents. We think we're top of the world. We've been to university. Our parent has not been to university. We've traveled abroad. Our parents have not been abroad. We've been more exposed. Our parent is not exposed. But trust me, no matter how far you go, you can go beyond. Your parents will always be your parents. And you can never grow above them. Yeah. The Bible says honor them. So to marry a man, when you're looking for a man or a woman to marry, another quality is someone who honor, respect their parent. Don't be deceived. Oh, the person can come and cook a story for you. Oh, my mother is this. Oh, my father is this. Oh, and they treated me this way. And the Bible, when you say honor your mother and your father, honor your parent, it didn't give any qualities. It did not say your mother who treated you well, or your father who gave you school fees, your father who is not a drunkard, your father who is not a womanizer. It's not your place to comment about your parents, what they do. Oh, your father is a womanizer, or your mother didn't look after you. She gave birth to you. The Bible says honor them. So you look for a man, you have to look for someone who honors their parent, because don't be deceived. Oh, you love me. Oh, I'm in love. That's all matters. Don't be deceived. If he does not honor his parents, he will not honor your home parents either. If he did not honor his parents, he cannot look after you well. He can't. If somebody gave birth to you, went through that labor and gave birth to you, and you can't honor that person with all they've done to you, or all they've done for you to bring you up. Even if your mother gave birth to you and give you for adoption, you should still be grateful because she didn't terminate that pregnancy. She could have aborted you. She could have killed you. So it's not a reason for you not to honor your parents. No matter what they've done. They've done a lot. It could hurt. I have my story as well. So it's not that it's all been good and rosy. But I have to learn to honor my parents because the Bible says it. Not because I said, oh, I feel hurt. I'm not happy the way they treated me. I'm not happy of this. I'm not happy because of that. No. The Bible says honor. So looking for a man or woman, if a man or woman cannot honor the person who has given birth to you, so them, don't be deceived. Be it known unto you that the person will not respect you. It's one more time. Because all these butterfly you feel in your bellies, oh, he love me, and he love me, and we love each other, and this is just love at first sight, and this is just a marriage made from heaven, just a couple made from heaven. Don't be deceived. If he cannot honor his own parent, he ain't gonna honor you, chili. Don't be deceived. I've seen it so many times. Like I said, I'll go back to my friend. Like I said, my friends are all older than me. I've seen. Everything I say, honestly, I have an example for them. I can't say all the examples. Yeah. I remember a friend of mine was, somebody I know was getting married and was in a relation we were talking about. So this guy, who is his parents? Oh, who is this? It was like, oh, his parents, it was a long story. The mother didn't look after. There's always a story being quoted, but we don't know his parents. We don't know his background. You're going to marry somebody, you've never met his parents. You haven't spoken to them. You've only spoken to an uncle. So who is the person who is giving birth to this? There must be a parent somewhere. But today, I can look at the mirror and say, wow, all our fears from the beginning has now come to reality that this man that is hiding his parent, this man that is not telling about his parents, the fear, I can look at the marriage and say, oh my goodness, oh God, what is going on? So if the person does not honor his parent, the person will not honor your parent. The person will not honor you and will not respect you. And thirdly, the third one I'll say, you marry a man or a woman who has authority over them. You know what? Like I said, I've been married for a while now. Marriage, after a while, all those butterflies you feel in your belly, all those love, all those things, after a while, challenges, marriage go through challenges. Relationship goes through its own challenge, and it goes through difficulties. It goes through a time whereby you needed somebody to talk to you. It goes to talk about you needed somebody above you can look up to, you can talk to, you can tell about your story, someone who can advise you. Sometimes you might need somebody who can just talk to your wife because you think you know the person. Oh, we're just made for each other. Well, listen, you've only been in a relationship for 5 years. The person was born how many years ago? How can you understand somebody in 5 years of relationship, in 6 months of relationship, in 2 years of relationship? How can you know the man? How can you know the woman? Even the man or the woman don't even understand themselves. They don't know themselves. So how can you say, oh yeah, we understand each other. Oh, I know all about him. I can understand him. I can do this. I can do that. When the challenges come, when the road gets tough, when crises arise in marriage and in relationship, who do you turn to? That is why you need authority figure in your life. Your husband or your wife must have somebody they submit to. It might not be their biological parent, but they must have an uncle, they must have a father, they must have a pastor, somebody they listen to, someone that can call them into check. So that when this time is behaving, you can say, hey, go to the person and say, you know what, I don't understand him. The person can call them to check and say, hey, brother, sister, change your behavior. Now, behave yourself and start treating your wife or your husband properly. Do this, do that. But if they don't have authority figure of their life, when the going gets tough, sometimes the husband and wife will not listen to their partner, they will not listen to each other. But they will listen to somebody else. And it's normal. It's natural. It's normal. There are times they won't listen to the wife after a while. They might not. On a particular situation, I mean, if you're also in a relationship and the husband doesn't listen to you, the wife doesn't listen to you, it's also not healthy. Because you should be able to trust each other and you should be able to listen to each other and you should be able to communicate. But on certain issues, haven't you realized there's some issues you've been pressing, it's just not minding you. It's just doing the whole things like I can't be bothered, or it's like you've said it, but it's like he's not heard it. But when you speak it to somebody else and they tell him, it's like he wakes up. And that's how we are as a human. And it's the same, vice versa, go to the woman as well. There are times you've been telling your wife, oh, this thing, I don't like it though. This thing, I'm not happy about it. But she's not changing. But as soon as you tell somebody she respects or somebody that is above her, she changes straight away. That is why don't say, oh, I'm in love. Oh, this love, we're made for each other. And then we just listen to each other. Oh, that's all matters. You feel the butterfly. Oh, I love him. He loves me. It's good. But in marriage, after a while, those butterflies, you don't feel them again. No. After a while, marriage, love is based on decision, not on feeling. So after a while, those feelings, they wear off. Then after that, what do? So it's very important to make sure the person have an authority figure over their life. Someone you can talk to, even someone you can both go to as a mentor. Because we're always learning every day. Every stage of a relationship you're married, somebody has been there before. Someone has been through it. Nothing is unique in marriage. So the challenges you're having, someone has had it before. Someone has been through it, but they've been able to solve it. When you both have authority figure over your head, you can then go to the person and say, you know what, we're having challenges. Would you please advise? Would you please help us? But if there's nobody, who is going to advise you? Who's going to help you? Who's going to talk to your wife? When your husband is about to make a decision and you know, oh my goodness, this decision is going to cost us. It's going to cost the whole family. It's going to cost all our life savings. This decision, you can see through that, oh my goodness, this is going to be a waste of money. All we've labored for 11 years, it's just going to go in the bin with the decision this man is about to take. And you're telling him, you're getting worried and getting upset and he's not listening. Who do you go to? Who do you talk to? When you feel your wife's mind is not the marriage anymore, when your wife gets tired, maybe having children, she doesn't know how to combine having children with work, with other responsibilities, with being a wife, being a mother, being a wife, be a worker, and also be a sibling to other people, and also be a child to their parent. At a point, they don't know how to combine. Who do you go to advise them? That's why you need authority figure. So I hope these 3 tips has helped you. So thank you very much once again, guys, for watching my video. I hope this has helped you. Please share the video. I'm sure it will be a blessing to somebody. Please like my channel, like it, give me a thumb up, put comment in there, and then help me. I'm trying to reach also 2,000 subscribers by December. Yes, I know it's just a few weeks away. So please share, comment, subscribe, and I hope it helps you. So you take care. This is Therese for now. Hope to speak to you soon. Take care and bye for now.